Hello everyone, welcome back to Newsroom. I'm Chella Smith. This is your Middle East U.S. entertainment news here on YouTube. I air on Fridays, bringing you the latest on reforms and economics Iraq, based on reports put out by the Middle East news media outlets. I do this weekly review and it's based off my interest. Thank you everyone for joining me. Last week we talked about citizens storming the green zone, financial initiatives, and the exchange rate. Let's take a look at this week's headlines. Shafak News reports the representative of the Secretary General of the United Nations in Iraq, Janine Plasheret, stressed yesterday the necessities of stabilizing the political situation and reaching solutions that satisfy all parties. This came during a reception of leaders in the coordination framework. The head of the Al-Fatah Alliance, Hadi al-Amari, to Plasheret in his office in the capital, Baghdad. According to the statement, the two parties discussed the latest developments in the political situation and ways to address the blockage and the need to continue dialogue and understanding to reach realistic, acceptable results and adopt constitutional frameworks. The two parties discussed the files of Turkish bombardment and the transgressions that the Turks are taking on the Iraqi borders. Wednesday, the leader of the Sadr's movement, Muqtada al-Sadr's, demanded the dissolution of the current parliament and holding of early elections, which he said that he had not yet decided whether to run or not. Soon, several political forces, including those affiliated with the coordination framework, announced their support and welcome to al-Sadr's call for early elections. In a statement yesterday, al-Amari stressed the need for the comprehensive national dialogue in order to set a date, mechanisms, and requirements for holding new early elections, including providing appropriate climate to restore citizens' confidence in political process. Hopefully, we will see an end to this situation very soon. Baghdad today reported the United States of America affirms its support for calls for calm and resorting to dialogue between the Iraqi political parties. The U.S. Embassy in Iraq said in a statement that the United States of America supports the recent calls that call on all parties to participate in the constructive national dialogue that can lead to calming the current tensions. Washington reiterates its support for peaceful protest and encourages all parties to adhere to nonviolence and the rule of law in exercising their constitutional rights. Shafak News reports the U.S. Associated Press announced Tuesday the killing of Al-Qaeda's leader Ayman Al-Zawahiri during the U.S. drone strike in Afghanistan. The agency said, quoting a source, that the U.S. bombing was carried out in Afghanistan over the weekend. For its part, the Afghan government said that the United States carried out a raid on the house in Kabul in clear violation of the international principles and the Doha Agreement. Jara A. Al-Yan, who helped fund the Egyptian Jihad, took over the leadership of Al-Qaeda following the killing of bin Laden at the hands of the U.S. forces on May 2, 2011. And before that, Al-Zawahiri was seen in bin Laden's right-hand man and the main ideologue of the Al-Qaeda. Some experts believe that he was one of the main elements behind the attacks of September 11, 2001, as his name was in the Times second to bin Laden and in the list of 22 most wanted terrorists of the United States. The U.S. government has allocated a reward of $25 million for anyone who helps access it. Shafak News also went on to report a member of the Iraqi parliament, Briar Rashid, announced the approval of Al Rafidayyan Bank to open a branch in the Kurdistan region to include population and loans and advances to grant all Iraqi citizens. Rashid held a press conference after a meeting with the Sulaymiya Chamber of Commerce, which was attended by Shafak News Agency, in which he said, "We congratulate the Sulaymian Chamber of Commerce and Industry for being classified as the most achieved Chamber of Commerce in Iraq and for receiving an honorary award." He pointed out that the chamber worked hard to create job opportunities for young people in the public and private sector through the establishment of industrial zones, and it is very important to provide electricity to those areas. The deputy also went on to say that it is very important to launch industrial and housing loans in the Kurdistan region adding, "We spoke with the Rafidaean Bank and they agreed to open a branch in the Kyrgyzstan region to provide industrial and housing loans to citizens in the Kyrgyzstan, like the rest of the citizens in the center and south of their country." And there's not a lot of Iraqi news this week on reforms and economics due to the peaceful protests that are taking place right now at Green Zone in Iraq. Let's take a look at two videos that Iraqi Day tweeted on Twitter. And also them in prayer. And I'd like to thank Iraqi Day for posting those tweets, along with search for Dinar, where we get most of our content. And you've been watching Newsroom Weekly Review. I'm Chella Smith, your Middle East U.S. entertainment news on reforms and economics, bringing you all the latest Dinar news without having to keep up with all the different outlets. I'm here on YouTube every Friday, so don't forget to subscribe. And if you like my content, smash the like button. Shout out to Currency365 for all his continued support. I wish you well on your new journey. He's cashed out all of his top influencers on his channel and is going solo. He's always free to share my content. He's shown me a tremendous amount of support as I started my station, and I'm forever grateful. If you want to learn about stocks or cryptos while waiting on the dinar to revalue, you can join him and his crew for the most recent updates. You can find him on YouTube or Patreon. Again, everyone, I have opened up a Telegram channel under Newsroom Chella Smith where you can reveal all my shows and appearances, and also where I'm showing whoever wants to learn how I'm preparing to do my exchange. You can find the link in the community chat by following the instructions to Open EDU 101 chat, where you can join me and our Newsroom family on Mondays or Wednesdays at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for Zoom calls. If you miss those calls, you can always join us on Patreon for as low as $1. I hope you guys have enjoyed my Newsroom this week. Next special appearance will be on the Ethan Lucas show. I'll get you the airing date as soon as I'm informed. Have a great weekend, everyone, and I'll see you next week. Take care. Make sure you join us Fridays, 4 p.m. with Newsroom Updates with Chella Smith Entertainment.